different set of whatever they're consuming, People from Haiti, galaloo, like they're eating, that's galaloo for everyone from the Caribbeans. If you know lalu, keep eating it. That is the most protein pound for pound.
Lalu is good.
Galaloo is more protein dense than a ribeye steak. Pound for pound, stuff like watercress is more protein dense.
Tell them what's kalaloo is.
Yeah, basically it's like...
Is it a vegetable?
Yeah, it's basically like a vegetable. Not very... Everyone says it's like Jamaican spinach. But it's not just like spinach, It's like a whole different ballpark. It's basically like a flowering vegetable from the Caribbeans. That's like... Type in kalaloo. Calaaloo.
Okay. It's not like cauliflower.
No.
Okay.
Bro, I was gonna bring you some actually because they have it at the market. I'll be at.
No, I used to eat it because they might not understand what kalaloo is. For me, my kalaloo in Haiti is more like I think the size is. Not even the size. Like this is how it's like that small, I believe. And it has like mad like what do you call it? Nutrition inside of it. Bro.
Yeah, dude. Oh my god, it makes you feel up after you eat it.
Dude. Jeez Louise, I used to eat a lot of that, and when I was back home in Haiti, and I had rice and chicken, bro, with that, bro. I was crazy. I used to eat it by itself all the time, too, bro.
And you just look at it, right, and going back to it, it's like, this guy's from Puerto Rico,
Right.
He's from Haiti. Oh, you just gave up where you're from, bro. But, like, regardless, shit, I kind of gave it up. But, like, see, man. Like,
it's all good.
Like, the things you're consuming, especially from a young age, not just dietarily, but just environment-wise, the bacteria and stuff you're exposed to unlocks a lot of genetics, It's called microbacterial exposure. It can unlock a lot of dormant genes that a lot of people who are maybe born in a sterile-ass environment where everything's being hand sanitizer every 10 seconds, there's antibiotics killing all the bacteria in your stomach, like shit like that.
Yeah.
That it might not get expressed because you're not exposed to the same level of bacteria, And so what I'm going to say is, while this mitosin inhibitor does play a factor, and the genetics that you have can play a factor, usually someone who looks good, or someone who, I got to listen to them, they know what they're doing. Usually honestly, I know it sounds crazy, but look at their history. Look at their upbringing. Look at the foods that their parents were feeding them when they were younger. Look at the environments that they were exposed to. Because a lot of times you'll see, either they were speaking a language from where they're from in the world, which unlocks a lot of genetics, I'll go into that in a different episode. They were eating foods from where they're from in the world. You know what I'm saying? They were being exposed to different stimuli that people who came before them, who their DNA has in common, would have interacted with as well. Going back to the microbacterial exposure. And so when you have different types of genetics unlocked, you can literally it literally expresses in different types of way for you. You're meeting a fuller level of your genetic expression. And so with the caloric deficit part and hypertrophy, it's like, it's about eating certain calories. Or, of course, if you want to burn calories, that just makes sense, Like, fucking put in less than you fucking burn. But at the same time, the reason I say it's only partially true is because it's not taking into consideration what you're putting in your body. Like, if you have things like SIBO, like small intestinal bacterial overgrowth, like IBS, irritable bowel syndrome, and you can't eat high, like, oligosaccharides or polysaccharides or, like, foods that cause, like, fermentation in your body, then a caloric deficit is not the way for you, because even if you're eating less, you're still going to be bloated. You're still going to break down food slower. Your gut motility is still going to be have like a high latency to it. So what I'm trying to say is, it's very important to understand the body's physiology, and it's very important to understand genetic expression and gene expression, going into things like a caloric deficit, going into things like hypertrophy, because you could have food sensitivities you're not even aware of that are stopping your gains,